Today, these players walk in the shadows of legend. And there is the breakthrough goal.
That's what the fans came to see. That's for the history books.
Del Piero! Big games produce big moments.
Have you seen a more freakish goal in A-League history?
Well, the A-League delivers again.
No one is stopping that.
What an unbelievable strike! And the Mariners have done it! Remarkable!
The original rivalry between Melbourne Victory and Adelaide United is one of the marquee fixtures on the Isuzu A-League calendar, and there were plenty of travelling Reds fans who made the trip across the border. As well as the crucial 3 points on offer, both teams were competing for the Pride Cup, an initiative celebrating making football accessible and inclusive for everyone. Nishan Velupillay started for the home side, fresh off scoring twice for the Socceroos whilst on international duty.
Johnny Yull, great first touch, the shot's not bad either! Well, how about that for setting the tone in the original rivalry? Johnny Yull runs to celebrate in front of the North Terrace. The first ever A-League goal from the young Socceroo, and Adelaide have the early lead inside 12 minutes. For Velupillay, now Arzani, plenty of space down that right-hand side. Running at Kiddo, straight past him and scores, brilliant goal. Daniel Arzani. Just his second of the season, but that is classic Arzani ball as he steers it inside the far post. He was afforded too much space and he cashed in. Velupillay, oh brilliant! And Nishan Velupillay, just as Johnny Alders runs to celebrate in front of the opposition fans. He's put his side 2-1 up here. And he is in the richest scoring vein of form of his life. Miranda's head up. Boss too strong for Stephen Moore. Alagic controls well, hooks it back in. Archie Goodwin is there. And it's taken less than 2 minutes of the second half to get the Reds and their fans back on their feet in this one. Yull again. Oh, it's a good ball into the danger zone.
He's given it.
He's given it. Penalty. Zach Clough steps up again and scores. And this topsy-turvy match takes another turn. It's Adelaide back in front for Arzani. Into the area, oh that could be trouble for Kikianis. Referee says he got the ball.
After on-field review, the Adelaide defender does not touch the ball. By final decision, penalty.
Arzani against Delianov. And he scores. Arzani goes. Here's Velupillay. Velupillay on the charge again. Space on the right. Rawlins squares it. And Burgos scores. Just a minute after coming on. The Greek striker in the right place at the right time. And they may have just delivered the knockout blow for Melbourne Victory. As here goes Velupillay, looking for another. Burgos is there. Nikos Burgos turns back inside to finish it, and he does! 2 goals off the bench. And Melbourne Victory have come from behind, not once but twice in this astonishing match of football. There's no time for any more. Melbourne Victory have ridden the roller coaster all the way to victory at Amy Park. An outstanding match of football that saw both sides enjoy their dominant periods. Both sides must have thought they had it won more than once. It was Adelaide in front, then Victory in front at half-time. Adelaide back in front at 3-2, and that's when the big call came. And that's what Adelaide players are still asking referee Sean Evans about that penalty call, as it's finished here after 8 goals. Melbourne Victory 5, Adelaide United 3.
Sydney FC came into their match with Melbourne City unbeaten in their last 9 matches, but still sitting outside the top 6. An inconsistent season has seen the Sky Blues make history in Asia, but often struggle domestically. Which side would show up today was the big question for the home fans.
City have made a good start here. Hewitt through the legs of the defender. Tilio's cross is a really dangerous one, and the opening goal arrives on the back post. It's beautifully tucked away by Medin Mehmeti. And Melbourne City have the early advantage. They've had a couple of sighters through Max Caputo. And Medin Mehmeti, back in the team, has finished that one with aplomb. Lovely ball. Klimala. The angle was narrow. They are claiming a corner, Sydney, but they're going to be disappointed. It's the angle back towards Segicic. And Segicic finds the angle, and Beach makes the save. And again, it's better from Sydney FC. As the corner's whipped in and headed beautifully into the top of the goal. Wow, by Jordan Courtney-Perkins. That was a thunderbolt from close range. Nothing Beach could do about that one. It's a seasonal best tally for Jordan Courtney-Perkins with his 4th of the campaign, and Sydney are all square. On the left is Tilio. Lovely disguised ball, it's a great finish. And Melbourne City lead again. Max Caputo scores his 3rd of the season. What about that assist from Marco Tilio? Completely cut the Sydney defence to ribbons. And it's a tidy finish as well. 2-1 City. Courtney-Perkins. Ferreira across. It'll break here for Costa. Still Douglas Costa. Oh, that's wonderful. It's his first A-League goal at Allianz Stadium. And it's one to savour. The Brazilian showing his undoubted quality. And Melbourne City's advantage lasted just 3 minutes. 2-2. What a first half at Allianz. Here's Kuhn. Lopade. Out of a go here. Oh, it's a brilliant goal! Alessandro Lopade on his return to action, his first game of the season. The former Western Sydney Wanderers player, if you don't mind, has again put Melbourne City in front for the 3rd time in this seesaw contest. What a finish. More changes imminent off the bench. It breaks here for Patrick Klimala. Angle narrow. And again, Patrick Beach can't hold it. It is going to be a corner. But he did the most important bit, and that was make the save.
Well, that is another giveaway.
And racing on here is Aziz Bayic, going near post, and Devonish Mears makes the save. Sydney living on their nerves here. It's a huge 3 points for Melbourne City as they cement their place in the top 4. But it's a damaging blow for Sydney FC, who will stay outside the top 6 with games running out. It is City's first win at Allianz, old or new, in 10 years, and continues Ufuk Taleh's poor record against City. A real seesaw affair, this one. And the full-time scoreline at Allianz: Sydney FC 2, Melbourne City 3.
It was a special night on Friday as Luke Bratton played his 300th Isuzu UTE A-League match. MacArthur were hoping he could celebrate it with a win, but they'd have to be careful of Eli Adams, who scored twice last time these two sides met in Campbelltown.
And now Shuzhna out to the left. Aquilina swings in a right-footed cross, and Rose scores! He refuses to celebrate against his former side, but the night is off to a flying start for the Jets. A second-minute header from Lockie Rose. And Yanni Nicolau has been sparingly used as well this season, only his 6th appearance. As we see here, a shot from range, and when you're hot, you're hot. Now Kankar, Eli Adams, scored a double last time he came to Campbelltown Stadium back in round 2 this season with the Jets. Ball over the top, and the runners are breaking here. Adams, he's stolen a march on the MacArthur defence and makes it 2! Eli Adams! 2 goals in 7 minutes for the Jets. They are running hot. Free kick it in, swinger, and MacArthur have a goal, and it is a breakthrough. First A-League goal for Harrison Sawyer. What a special moment for the 28-year-old. a stage that perhaps he never thought he'd get back to. Wilmering. Mizunuma, good touch into the path of Lockie Rose. He breaks away. Taylor and Adams ahead of the ball. Here's Eli Adams. Brilliant! Eli Adams, a double away at Campbelltown Stadium in consecutive games. And he runs over to celebrate with the travelling Newcastle fans as a 2-goal buffer is restored. Bratton's free kick. To the penalty spot, Uskok! 3-2! Tomislav Uskok has MacArthur hoping. And a big finale is coming up at Campbelltown. All business from the goal scorer. And Uskok's third of the campaign and 10th career. Now Makrilos. Makrilos with a great cross. And Yakalish hits the underside of the bar. How did that stay out? In swinging corner to the back post. Great header away by Shuzhnia. Bratton. Yakalish puts it in. Sawyer! It's a MacArthur moment to savour. And the night that Harry Sawyer scored his first A-League goal is now a double. 3-3 in the 95th minute. MacArthur couldn't, could they? They can't. But everyone who came to Campbelltown Stadium tonight will have fond memories of this game. And MacArthur, this club, trying to build. They've committed to Mile Stajovski long term. Harry Sawyer breaks through for his first 2 A-League goals. He foils a double from Eli Adams. Good sportsmanship at the end of the game. And the players, many of them don't really know what to think because they gave their all tonight and we love them for it. MacArthur FC 3, Newcastle Jets 3.
Western Sydney travelled to Wellington looking to make it an incredible 5 consecutive league wins. However, it wouldn't be easy, as the last time the Wanderers won in the Windy City was 2018. Božidar Krajev made his return to Wellington, where he spent 2 seasons before joining the Wanderers. It had been a long journey for the midfielder as well, given he'd played in Europe earlier in the week as he represented Bulgaria against Ireland.
Bonatic brings Clisby in, who's nice and high, drifts it in towards Borello. One come down from Wilfred Milanovic. Great save by Oloaimi, still there. Krajev can't get it. Piper gets it away and is fouled in the process. Well, Josh Oloaimi passes the first test.
Sheridan gets rolled, Milanovic on the turn. Good, strong volley, but Josh Oloaimi stands up big. That back post is in the sun, so if he puts it there, it's going to be dangerous for the keeper.
He does put it there. It is dangerous for the keeper, and Corbin Piper has opened the scoring for Wellington. Jacob Spoonley, predictor extraordinaire, onto the far post. Corbin Piper with his second goal of the season, both from corners, and Wellington Phoenix into a 1-0 lead. This one's broken to Milanovic. Borello in the area. Sapsford arriving. Lovely return pass. Milanovic tight angle, pulls it back. Krajev surely! Krajev scores. And in the manner which has become expected, he does not celebrate against his former side, but what he has done is delighted the crowd at the Wellington Harbour end with the equalising goal. Božidar Krajev, for the second time in 2 matches against his former employer, has scored a goal, and we're all square. Priestman into Borello. It'll turn into space from Brandon Borello, and again Brandon Borello. What a lovely piece of skill from the Socceroos striker, Josh Oloaimi, the equal of it. Costa Barbarousis wants to get going quickly and does. Geraldes, what a save by Thomas, but what an audacious effort from Chico Geraldes. A dipping volley. Nice ball from Payne into Barbarousis, his all-white teammate. Subsea Sutton wide left. Geraldes is there as well. Chico Geraldes in the area. Geraldes! Opens his account for Wellington. Chico Geraldes, the Portuguese import, what better time to score your first goal for your new club than on an occasion such as this? Still time to play, plenty of it for Western Sydney. Milanovic! What a goal by Nicholas Milanovic! He's drilled it top corner. And Western Sydney's top goal scorer this season hits double figures, and we're level again at 2-2. Honours even at the end of a thrilling contest in Wellington. Wellington Phoenix into a 1-0 lead, pegged back to 1-1, into a 2-1 lead, pegged back to 2-2. They've emptied the tank out here today, and the effects are clear to see. There's your final score. Wellington Phoenix 2, Western Sydney Wanderers 2.
Brisbane Roar were still looking for their first home victory of the season when they welcomed table toppers Auckland FC. The Roar could take some confidence after winning just their second game of the campaign away to Perth last weekend. Meanwhile, the Black Knights were hoping to increase their lead at the top and win for the first time in over a month.
And now here goes Henry Hoare. Brisbane back on the front foot. Brezette comes inside. Here's O'Shea. Opportunity to shoot. Tipped over by Paulson. Brisbane right on top, like they were against Melbourne Victory a couple of weeks ago in these opening exchanges. Henry Hoare delivers. Good ball in towards Klein. It's bouncing around. Incredible save from Paulson. Well, we said he has 9 clean sheets. He had to work to preserve it there. Ball helps it on its way. Verstrada, it's a good ball. Pineacre with the towering header. Well, they don't need many chances, and Brisbane may have looked the more likely, but it is a familiar story in the end, as Auckland, in the shadows of half-time, as they so often do, open the scoring and lead away by 1-0. Will the Irishman go direct for goal? He will. It's low, it's spilt, the header, and not enough purchase on it from Billity, who just got his timing off, and in the end it popped up comfortably enough for Paulson. The Japan legend, he's got the better of Rogerson. Sakai comes to help out, and it is experience that prevails. Good challenge, Burke-Gilroy. Abubakar squares it. Brisbane hunting down the equaliser. O'Shea, oh, great save. We'll see whether or not it was on target, but Paulson wasn't to know, and that's a great touch. And now the flag has stayed down for now. Rogerson, support arriving. Here it is. Hiroki Sakai drills the ball home. And while he celebrates what he thinks is a second, eventually the flag has gone up for offside, I think, against Logan Rogerson.
Yeah, I must admit, on his retirement game, I thought David Walsh got that one right. There it is there. Gee, that is close with the trailing leg of Harrington. Is it keeping Rogerson onside? This one will have to go to VAR.
After factual review, the player was in onside, so the decision is goal.
Well, there it is. Sakai has his third of the season. Auckland can celebrate now. Their travelling supporters who have made the trip to Brisbane and now see their side almost certainly 7 points clear at the top of the standings. That's the last opportunity of the contest. Auckland too strong in this battle of first versus second from bottom. The form guide respected, the league table respected, and all smiles for Auckland FC. Deserved winners, and most importantly, 7 points clear atop the standings with just 5 matches left to play. We're finished here in Brisbane. The Roar 0, Auckland FC 2.
It's been a tough season for both Central Coast Mariners and Perth Glory. The last time either of these two sides had won a match was back in January. Socceroos striker Adam Taggart was back in the starting 11 for the Glory after he left the national team due to injury, while it was Perth boy Trent Sainsbury who was captaining the Mariners against his home side.
And Theoharis can recycle for the Mariners. McCalmont onto the right boot. Qual looks to get up there. Alu Qual, he's only scored 3 goals this campaign. Make that number 4. Ollie Sale can do nothing about it. Qual gets his head on it and puts the Mariners in front after 4.5 minutes in Gosford. They lead 1-0. As Perth Glory win a corner. In the final third, it's a wonderful header from Nick Pennington. It's a goal. Well, they've barely been down the Mariners' end of the field, and that is the 4th goal in 4 games that Perth Glory have scored inside the first 10 minutes. Moragas gets the ball towards the penalty spot, once again in front of Feijão. Here's Docker, goes to ground in the penalty spot. Jonathan Barrero points to the spot. He's making himself big here. He's got the wiggle routine going on. He's been watching Andrew Redmayne. And now Docker fires it into the bottom corner and gives the Mariners a 2-1 lead. We've still only had 20 minutes of play.
It's composed, it's cool. It's tucked into the back of the net, and he's given his side the lead.
McCalmont, plenty of space here, takes a touch. Qual leaves, Feijão, Qual. He's already got one, and that one was very, very close to a second. Alu Qual can't get it nestling in the top corner, but it was beautiful build-up play by the Mariners. Pierman flicking over the top to Pat Wood, and wonderful save. Dylan Breach, Cullen, that looked like goal-bound for sure for Patrick Wood. And Trent Sainsbury looks to head that on, and the spectacular from Feijão is attempted, but not executed, and it goes over the bar. It's Feijão intercepted by Gamulka, but only as far as Theoharis gets it onto the left foot, and Christian Theoharis, it's a wonderful strike. Ollie Sale is at full stretch, but he can do nothing. There's the trademark somersaults from Christian Theoharis after his left foot bullet smashes into the post and then into the back of the net. Moragas in front of him, it goes towards the back post for Pierman, heads it down for Adam Taggart, and that's a good save by H. Cullen. Now Risdon, Josh Risdon will have a go, it cannons off the crossbar, and he almost does have his first goal in 10 years and 2 days. Well, Josh Risdon saw the opportunity, the head went up, and he had the strike, and almost. The Central Coast Mariners can celebrate their first victory in 9 games. They remain in 10th place, but they have got victory at home over the Perth Glory. Trent Ostler's face sums up a frustrating afternoon for Perth. Alu Qual got the ball rolling for the Mariners. Mikel Docker scored from the spot. Christian Theoharis with a wonderful second half strike gave the Central Coast Mariners all 3 points in Gosford. They get the victory this afternoon. It has finished in Gosford. The Central Coast Mariners 3, Perth Glory 1.
At the end of another goal-filled round of Isuzu UTE A-League action, it's Auckland FC who extend their lead at the top of the table over Western United to 7 points. Further down the table, the race for the top 6 is reaching boiling point with just 5 rounds left to play.